Okay, guys, you may turn off the camera if you want. That's totally fine with me. All right, so yeah, can you guys all see this, the point of view? Oh, oops, I just clicked on it wrong. Sorry about that. Oh, guys, this Zoom thing is kind of confusing sometimes. Um, but- all right, can you guys all see this point of view? Can you like nod your head if you can see it, like this? Okay, cool. All right, so last time I talked about balance, right? So you should like also like uh film your photography in a balanced mode. Um, and in a way you have to like uh um feel it in order to get through this like specific steps, placing tones in particular places, uh placing shapes in a particular place. And we're going to talk about more about balance and different ways of achieving balance using different types of elements in your scene. So moving on, we're going to talk about point of view. So if you're out shooting like somewhere in a rural area or urban area or whatever, it should go well and your eyes are really seeing things and a lot of things are capturing your attention. And maybe it goes something, like this. So you think, wow, look at all the things over there. And you could just this like so using the example of this photographer looking around, finding some stuff. You point your camera like this photographer that you see here. You take a picture and you do that for the rest of the day. And when you come home, all of the images you'll have shot will have been taken from about that level, right? And usually looking either down or maybe a little up. In other words, they will all have exactly the same point of view. Now, if you think about it, the odds that when you see something interesting and that you are absolutely at the perfect height to shoot that particular thing from the location, the odds are that are pretty slim. So the point of view is a critical compositional decision that you really need, right? To actively think about when you're shooting, and if you walk through a world just shooting like this all the time, you're going to have fairly uniform, somewhat boring shots. But point of view does more than just allow you to create something that looks like it was shot by a shorter person or a taller person. So point of view will often allow you to find subject matter that would otherwise be boring or mundane. So let's consider this photographer right here. He's like going around again, shooting something, and he considered like wheat here, oh sorry, like so he just found this little thing right here. And it's very easy to walk past and just not notice it, but by changing the point of view and going for a more dramatic point of view or a more extreme point of view, he was able to turn this into an interesting composition, right? So does anybody have any opinions about this point of view thing that you guys that I'm talking about here? Any comments or anything like that? Yeah, I know these are kind of they're fairly new, sure. Okay, so all right, how about this? How does anybody okay, so for are there anybody who takes photography for a hobby?
Yeah, I kind of do, but
Can you share about the point of share about your experience related to point of view? That would be great. Thanks.
well, I don't know. It's just the feeling that you get, and that vision, that image that you see through your own eyes, and you feel it. you feel the shot, and that's how like kind of you develop your point of view. Also, it's very important that you see other photographers' works because they really inspire you and they help you also kind of find your way, like your style. Um, and So yeah, it's really important to look. Uh, it's really important to try like the image that is in front of you. Like it might not turn out good. It might be okay. Like, but you have to try, and that's how you develop your vision. And well, at least how it was. It worked for me. Um,
So what
and
were some of the examples that you shot recently or a long time ago that kind of makes you be aware of your own point of view or be conscious of it? Can you give us like some examples of subject that you get shot, or either through your camera or your smartphones? I'd like to hear more about it if you don't mind.
well, I was shooting landscapes and mostly like nature. Um, so also I like, yeah, I don't really take photos of close objects. I think I prefer more like cities or nature or urbans, or street style kind of. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you develop, like you said, also through like inspiration from other photographers and their works. That's how you kind of get you like really excited about the whole process of like, taking of photos and go out your own and things like that. And in that process, you kind of develop this um non-normative way of like looking at the world, which is your own point of view, your own perspective. And that's like something you should definitely treasure. And the only way to get achieve that is through like practice shooting a lot. Even if it's bad, even if they're bad, you just keep on trying until you get the like one best shot, the money shot, I guess, if you will, out of the thousands of pictures that you took on this, maybe on a similar one same subject or whatnot. Does anybody want to share their story about us? Does anybody use Instagram? I just wonder about that. Does anybody? Okay, maybe that's an easy way to like help you engage in this conversation. Do you take photos and up? Is there anybody who take photos and upload their photos on Instagram? And I would like to know how. Uh, uh, I would like to know like your process of doing that.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. How do I pronounce your name? You said Olga or Maria?
Maria, Maria. I
Okay.
prefer Maria.
Yeah. So you use Instagram, right? I guess.
Yeah, but I also, when I take pictures, I do with the phone camera because Instagram camera sometimes um, lose the quality of the picture or like the videos.
What do you mean, like losing the quality? It's like a fuzzy, or you just is a shaky looking picture?
When I make picture with the Instagram camera, they are more blurred, like you cannot focus the lens or do things that you can with your normal phone camera. Also, I want to say that the kind of pictures I made are usually things that people normally ignore, like little flowers, things that you need to come close to see them. Also, landscape, the sky. But like, I feel that the picture I want to make is not as close as the reality. For example, when the sky is pink and I want to capture the image, in my phone is white. So it's like maybe with a professional camera it will be better, but with the phone it's not as I want to be.
Right, right. Of course. You could definitely argue. I mean, there's no doubt that professional cameras like DSLR are far superior in terms of quality, and capturing images than smartphone. But well, some would argue that iPhone camera is getting a lot better in capturing like a DSLR. I think they're really good at achieving that. But yeah, I mean, if you capture for now, if you capture images with a professional camera, you would have gotten a different result, maybe better result, depending on how you see it, and probably get something like this that you see. The weed is becoming something from mundane to artistic. You see.
Yeah, so I edit the picture to increase the saturation. I don't know if it's called saturation, like make the colors brighter.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah.
So,
We'll talk about the filtering and the coloring soon, but I'm talking about the composition wise, like
oh,
how do you like place your images up or down
mm,
or from below, right?
okay. I also would want to ask if someone know about cameras to recommend a camera for a beginner that want to start photography.
I can recommend you maybe Fujifilm. And they have several models where you can start as a beginner because I actually have one, and I think it's like a kind of a beginners, and I'm pretty satisfied with it because I didn't really want to buy like a very expensive one and the one that I won't properly use because I don't have the knowledge. So I started with Fujifilm, and you can try this if you want.
Thank you, Alba.
Oh, that's great. I guess Alua is also, yeah, she knows a lot about camera. That's really great.
Oh,
Anybody
I
else
mean,
want? Sorry.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I just wanted to say that like I wanted to upload the pictures on Instagram, but I don't know when it comes to photography, like I feel very shy and insecure posting this. I don't know why. And I have a lot of pictures that no one saw, and yeah, but I don't know, it's kind of a problem for me to post this kind of things on social media, which is, I mean, you're kind of supposed to like share, but yeah.
I mean, look, I mean, first of all, you don't have to feel ashamed about your own photography. I think I assume you're still in the learning process, and maybe just give it some time. Maybe you'll you'll come to appreciate your old photography, like maybe 5 years from now or 10 years from now, when your visual, maybe your perspective is more innocent and kind of raw, and sort of unhindered by this ideology of what needs to be good and so on. So I think just appreciate the way you take a photography, in whatever sense. But I guess, but if you still want to like make some sort of like contoured sense of this photography, I think you just make sure you just practice a lot and also see a lot of like works of other photographers, professional photographers. That is, yeah. Anybody else want to like share their opinions about perspective and in relation to composition? Okay, so anyways, look, this little weed thing turns into artistic. So, and that's possible through having your own perspective on things. And he was able to turn this into a very interesting composition, right? So the point of view is how you can take otherwise mundane subject matter and make it more interesting. It's how you can take even dramatic subject matter and cast it in a light that has a more emotional impact. So this is like some broken down wires or some like chords. And does it look interesting or mundane? Does anybody have any opinions about this picture? Is it still mundane, or do you think this have perspective in it? What do you guys think? Okay, maybe this let's look at from different angle on the same subject. Well, what do you think about this? Does it resonate with emotional impact? Any opinions about this? I'll show you one more time. This and this, they look all good. I mean, the photographer who took this, he liked both pictures. So like, yeah. Did someone laugh at this? Wing Ling Jing, do you have any thoughts on this? Yeah. Anybody?
Well, I like the first one more, and
Okay.
it looks
Okay.
more compositional and artsy, I would say. And yeah, and the second one is a bit, as you said, like it gives some emotional. I don't know. For me, it's like a pressure, like because it's very close and it's very objective, and
This is
they
more.
kind of want to,
Okay.
yeah, they kind of want to show. Um, I don't even know how to explain that, but it gives something like, and you get a bit weird feelings, maybe even, and
Right.
you're,
Like, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. No.
Composition wise, this is what most Instagram photographers take. They took a close up, extreme close up in this case, of such an object and make it big so you could like able to see it in your phone, that type of thing. So it's like all up in your face, this like word right here. Whereas this is more, you could argue this could have more objective because you're like kind of looking from afar. Of course, this is sort of like arranged in a way that's kind of still gives a little bit of a emotional resonance to a certain degree, don't you think? I don't know. That's just me. Sorry, did I just? I didn't mean to like squash your opinions about this, but I'm sure this also could happen. This could be an objective, depending on how you see it, I guess. But it's like really close. It's really up in your face, so it kind of makes you feel, you know, like you're insecure about your own space. Your space is being invaded. I guess that's the intention of the.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't have to agree. You can just disagree if you want.
No, it's like, yeah, I've been trying to think like how to describe this, and yeah, I think you're right.
Cool. All right. So let's look at this. So, right. Um, right. The emotional content of your point of view is something that you really need to pay attention to, and that's what I'm trying to say, right? Um, so what do you guys think about this picture right here? So there's a bridge and there's some poles and there's some wires going on. This is another perspective, different perspective. So does anybody have any opinions about this picture that's related to the bridge? This is an interesting perspective, right? Okay, so also like consider this. So I know I said this in the last class, but I just want to like really emphasize this. So this picture on the above is on the upper part is taken from a below. So you're actually taking a like camera and just like shoot it up there. And by choosing that point of view below the location, so this person, the subject right here, become a higher status, right? Like imagine you being a kid and you just look up to the adult who's much more taller than you, and you kind of feel that he is sort of like authoritative figure, right? Especially if he's making faces like this. So, so in a way, this is like an emotional choice that you make in setting your camera in a location like this. And if you look down, look at the like the bottom part of the picture. So so conversely, if we put the camera up high above and look down, you know, we get this, right? So he becomes smaller here and he looks as if in a lower status. So it's a very different emotional content to the image. Um, so does anybody have any thoughts about the composition in this both pictures? they're not photography. I just like kind of screen grab from this video that from a random video. But what do you guys think about this? The way the camera is set up, does it resonate something? Does in terms of like emotion? Any thoughts on that? You guys are aware that there's a participation grade and to talk, right? Whatever. But anyways, so all right, so it's so note that there is nothing wrong with the composition. So we have a nice balanced composition in both pictures, and it's just a choice was made to take this particular point of view, and that's imparting a very different feel to the image. Now, this is not a rule here. I'm not saying never take your camera up high or shoot down on someone. In fact, later in the course, you are going to see some subjects playing with vertical camera composition as you build up composition for a lot of these shots. That's fine. The important thing is just to remember that there's a different feeling depending on your point of view in a situation like this. One of the interesting ways to work with point of view is to simply give up on looking through this viewfinder. If you are, say, in a crowd wanting to shoot over people's heads, don't worry about being not don't so don't worry about not being tall enough. You just basically hold your camera like this, right? Up and do the Hail Mary shot, like this, right? Over you do that over everybody's heads. So sometimes it can be interesting to get your camera down on the ground and just shoot without looking through the viewfinder. You've got to think maybe about how you are framing, where the camera is aimed, but you can rely on your camera's autofocus and other auto features to take care of a lot of hard work for you. Since it's digital, it's not going to cost you anything. So this is an easy way in a lot of different circumstances to experiment with point of view. And you're going to see a lot of images that I've taken around here during the course where I wasn't looking to the viewfinder. I was just getting to interesting angles, so don't forget about point of view. When you're shooting, don't just shoot everything at eye level. Think about where the more interesting perspective might be, right? All right, so simplicity. Let's not how about this? How about I put you guys in a in a this breakout group and just talk about your own experience of doing, maybe talk about social media and how you use social media to upload pictures like Instagram, mostly Instagram, maybe Twitch, maybe like the traditional SNS, like social media like Facebook and whatever. Talk about your experience for like 5 minutes or so. Sorry, let's take 10 minutes. Talk among yourself. You're gonna be talking with random people, and just talk about how you're able to use that into your maybe perhaps your final project, where composition is gonna be vital to make your film project look really good. Okay, so I'm gonna put you in a breakout group right now. So about, I guess, 5 groups should be enough. Yeah, maybe 6 should be good enough. All right, so I'll see you guys in 10 minutes or like 8:50. All right.
Professor.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, just wanted to tell you, we like in my group had a small chat, and we wanted to know if you can do this course offline. Is it
What?
possible? I mean, like to do this course offline, this lesson, like
I don't know what.
can
Can you just what school of lie?
offline. I mean, like to go to, huh?
What do you? So what do you want?
I mean, like, can you just find the class and will go there and study, because it's a little hard to communicate with you.
Oh, you want to see offline?
Yeah, offline. I told offline. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll set up some time. Just make sure you email me about it, and we'll set up some schedule about it. Okay.
because in my group we all just wanted to do it offline because it's a little hard to communicate like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you need me to help you out or what?
I mean, like it will be really interesting if you do it offline instead of online.